life and music career of NBA YoungBoy is sadly done. Today it would be announced NBA YoungBoy has accepted a plea deal in the federal firearm case that was transferred from Louisiana to Utah. As a part of the deal, he will be sentenced to 27 months in prison with credit for any time served in pretrial detention, then followed by 5 years of federal probation. This led into NBA YoungBoy entering the courtroom smiling. As this ended up going viral online. You have to be a different type of man to walk into a courtroom smiling, accepting a deal to go to prison. But it gets crazier from here. This is because a crazy NBA YoungBoy fan would then hack into the court hearing sound system, and he would begin yelling "Free YoungBoy."
A little free YB, man. Free YB.
Everyone needs to stay muted. Okay.
Free YB.
All right. Mr. Galden's case has already been called. He's done with court today. For those of you interested, everyone keep yourselves muted.
Free YB.
Free YB.
Free YB.
As while fans are making jokes about his current situation, it gets a lot more serious than you think, and allow me to explain. Because on March 10th, 2021, NBA YoungBoy was arrested and charged with 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, as well as 1 count of possession of a firearm that's not registered on the National Firearms Registration List. You can literally make a scrapbook out of all of NBA YoungBoy's mugshots. He is the last man on earth that should be holding a firearm, and sadly he was. As he was outside recording a music video on the streets in a random neighborhood, with several of his friends playing loud music, dancing on the hood of cars. An older lady who lives on the street would end up calling the police as she was worried about what was going on in her front yard, describing to the police on the phone that there is several men dancing around in a circle, holding firearms in the air, and playing very loud music. The police would quickly arrive to the scene, arresting NBA YoungBoy on site, as they noticed him with how many times that he's been arrested now. But in the process of the arrest, the cameraman knew that NBA YoungBoy wasn't allowed to be holding a firearm. He would quickly hop in a vehicle and try getting away with the camera. The police were able to track him down, and they confiscated the camera by pulling him over to the side of the road. However, they would end up investigating the camera without legal permission in doing so. They were able to retrieve the SD card that had footage of NBA YoungBoy waving a firearm around in the air. YoungBoy's lawyer made the argument in court that the police got the footage illegally, but sadly it didn't hold up, as it would be announced NBA YoungBoy has lost his appeal with the feds, and now the prosecutors can use footage of him holding firearms to convict him.
Update on NBA YoungBoy. He lost the appeal with the federal appeals court. He can take it up to the Supreme Court. What happened? So the federal judge, the lower court, ruled in his favor. She said that the video of him holding what looks like to be a is suppressed. Can't be used at trial against him. The way you guys obtained it, you violated his constitutional rights. Now, the government went to the 5th Circuit United States Court of Appeals. The 5th Circuit said, you know what? We have a different decision, and we're going to say that the government can use that evidence. It is going to be allowed in the case. Now, YoungBoy's got a couple of options. 1, he can appeal to the Supreme Court. I fully expect they will appeal to the Supreme Court. 2, you got to go to the government and say, look, this guy was locked up for a long amount of time. I think he was locked up for almost a year. He's been on house arrest for almost a year. How much time do you want him to serve, and think about doing a plea bargain? Ultimately, you can also take this case to trial and try to beat the feds and go 2-0 against them. He's previously beaten a federal.
As these two rappers have very different charges, but it does feel similar to what Boosie said about YNW Melly. The feds don't care if the evidence they obtained is illegal against you. They treat rappers wrong in the court system all the time. YNW Melly, as an example, received a mistrial, essentially beating the court case in a way, as typically it is 87% likely when receiving a mistrial to get a bond release or even house arrest, but YNW Melly was not granted it.
Now they're putting even more charges on him, and then
when they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted him bad when they waited for that law to get passed. They waited all the way.
Penalty.
So it'd be 8-4.
Oh right, yeah.
You know, they waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, they could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, they want you, man. Just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a fucking mistrial.
Yeah.
That made me like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, after a mistrial, that That doesn't happen, really.
As with the feds having 4K footage of YoungBoy holding the firearm, he had no defense to it. This is when it would be announced. NBA YoungBoy has officially pleaded guilty and is now facing up to 10 years in prison. But it gets scarier from here. This is because of his previous crime, as this is only one crime of many that YoungBoy is facing right now. NBA YoungBoy skipped a court appearance, making him a wanted man 2 years ago. The FBI began staking out his Louisiana mansion until YoungBoy was then seen opening the gate of his home and driving out. The FBI followed NBA YoungBoy getting onto the highway. This then resulted in a high-speed chase when the agent tried pulling YoungBoy over. After running for roughly 10 minutes, with the FBI agent yelling out of his car with a microphone, YoungBoy decided to pull his car over to the side of the highway, going into a complete stop. The FBI agent then stopped his vehicle, opening his door and beginning to walk out. As when YoungBoy saw him out of his car, NBA YoungBoy would then quickly turn his car back on and begin flooring it down the highway, quickly hitting an exit lane, going into the regular streets. He would then get stuck into traffic, where he would pull his car over to the side of the road, hopping out and starting a chase on foot. As on this day, YoungBoy was wearing designer shoes, skinny jeans, a jacket, and chains, as NBA YoungBoy would be seen hopping a fence and beginning to sprint into someone's backyard. Funny enough, this was a fan who took his phone out and began recording, encouraging YoungBoy to run faster and that the FBI agent was getting close. But YoungBoy would then quickly be swarmed by police and quickly arrested, then taken into the back of a police car.
You know, talk to us, tell us what happened or not?
As soon as we're done with everything, we'll take off the handcuffs, okay? But
yeah, I don't have a statement. I don't want to be detained in these handcuffs like this. I'm properly if I haven't committed a crime or done that.
Okay. All right, give us a second, okay?
Okay, no voluntary statement.
Hey, he's not willing to give a
So,
statement.
you know, any statement, any voluntary statement?
No, sir. Mr. Martinez, I don't want to give a statement. I don't want to be in this.
These were very serious charges against YoungBoy, from speed racing, resisting arrest, and many more. The judge didn't take it easy on him at all. However, having millions of dollars would get you the best lawyers in the game. He would quickly bond out of jail, with the details being,
for YoungBoy out of California is a $540,000 bond. He put up $500,000 in cash. In addition, he put up as collateral 2 properties worth in excess of $1.5 million, and he has to wear an ankle monitor. However, he's not going to be on house arrest. According to the bond set by the California judge, he simply has to wear the ankle monitor but is otherwise free to travel. This is very big. Why? Given that the California judge found that these circumstances are sufficient for a YoungBoy, why would a Louisiana judge find any differently? The Louisiana judge is looking at the same facts, he's looking at the same charges, and he's making a decision under the exact same federal law. Sure, it's a different court and a different circuit, and the way the laws are applied varies somewhat from state to state, from circuit. It shouldn't vary a lot. If this California judge said, hey, this much money and these restrictions are good, it would be very, very weird for a Louisiana judge to say, oh no amount of money and no restrictions. That would be very uncommon. I fully expect that the Louisiana judge on Tuesday will release YoungBoy on.
as that crime was taken into account when the judge sentenced him for the firearms case. However, NBA YoungBoy will be standing in a courtroom again in several months, and when the prosecutors are going against famous rappers in a court case, their job is to make the rapper look as bad as possible, meaning NBA YoungBoy is going to be in a lot of trouble, and allow me to explain. Sadly, in 2019, NBA YoungBoy went from being cool with every rapper in the game to having constant beef, stacking evidence against himself by self-snitching. As when NBA YoungBoy was arrested for the high-speed chase, NLE Choppa felt the need to create a song for him titled Free YoungBoy in hopes of his soon release. However, NLE completely changed his thoughts on YoungBoy after King Von sadly passed away. NBA YoungBoy ended up dropping his hit song Bring the Hook in 2022, dissing all the O-Block and King Von. DJ Academics even tweeted, NBA YoungBoy's on Demon Time, and he's dropping another tape. O-Block rapper Lil Reese responded, that ain't no Demon Time, he's just rapping like a lot of these other rappers all rap. NLE Choppa ended up agreeing with Lil Reese by saying, I stamped that, as his official response to the beef. But this just let the rap game know what side NLE Choppa was on, as YoungBoy wasn't happy that he chose his side. He spoke on it in his song titled Know Like I Know, by rapping the lyrics, I bet your mama be destroyed when we send you to God for making statements, choosing sides about my beef with them boys. I guess that you could say that I was your favorite. As after YoungBoy's response, NLE Choppa even took the time to go on YouTube, change the title of his Free YoungBoy song to just YoungBoy, showing that he doesn't stand with NBA YoungBoy anymore, as Choppa would later go on to DJ Academics' podcast and he would speak on the beef as well.
He's not able to defend his name, bro, and it be a lot going on within his name about him when, to me, bro, he a real stand-up dude, and it was just unfortunate how happened. Like, he came to a person as a man.
As he would even follow it up with another interview, but this time on DJ Vlad.
When you heard that, what'd you think?
It was funny to me. I feel like, it's not serious when it hit the net. It's funny. I mean, it's just entertainment to me.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. Good song. Nice bars.
He would then also appear on The Breakfast Club speaking on how NBA YoungBoy needs to keep his act together and stay out of jail, stating, and I quote, NBA YoungBoy needs to be more careful. He's got a lot of people looking up to him and he needs to set a better example. He needs to stay out of trouble and just focus on music. But this is then what started what is known as the biggest rap war, as it was NBA YoungBoy versus everyone. As when Jada Youngin passed, a lot of people looked at NBA YoungBoy and his crew for being responsible. Being another rapper from Louisiana, he always had a lot to say on NBA YoungBoy. We even saw him talk in an interview with DJ Vlad where he would share,
"Me and YoungBoy, soon we will be making music together. I'm a fan of YoungBoy music. Yeah, we gonna collaborate pretty soon and put on for our state, because when we do, I feel like that's just gonna be one of the hardest collaborations ever."
Not long after, NBA YoungBoy would collab with Jada Youngin on a song titled Up With Me, but sadly the two would have a very bad falling out after Jada Youngin shared a snippet of an unreleased YoungBoy song on Instagram. YoungBoy responded in the comments saying, "Delete this now. I don't even know where you got my song, and I don't mess around like that." As Jay would then speak on the situations weeks later, saying he's not going to take disrespect from anyone.
"I'm a real and I stand on everything, you hear me? Ain't no gonna play with me, ain't gonna disrespect me."
As he then followed it up speaking on NBA YoungBoy with his song titled 38K, where he would say, and I quote, "You put that comment on my post, they laughed at it, but I was laughing when your baby mama was on me." There's been many photos revealed after the song showing Jada Youngin linking up with one of YoungBoy's baby moms. In return, YoungBoy allegedly tried catching Jay lacking in the street right after YoungBoy recorded this video.
"You be hiding. We real headhunters, man. Come on, man. Open their mouth, came to what they was, man. Oh,